Before we dive in, I need to tell you something that could genuinely change your next few weeks. You can listen to this entire book for free on Audible right now. Yes, the full audiobook, free with the Audible trial. Link in the description. Now let's talk about the book. It's called Enough: Your Health, Your Weight, and What It's Like to Be Free. And if you've ever felt trapped in your own body, if you've ever felt like food controls you, if you've ever promised yourself you'd change and then watched yourself fall back into the same cycle, this book is going to feel like someone finally understands you. Not in a judgmental way, in a deeply human way, because this isn't just a weight book. And it's definitely not another quick fix motivation speech. This is a freedom book. And the promise is simple. When you finish listening to this, you won't just want a healthier body. You'll want a healthier relationship with yourself. You'll stop feeling like you're constantly failing. And you'll finally understand what's really been happening underneath it all. So let me hook you with a truth that might hit a little too hard. Most people don't struggle with weight because they don't know what to do. They struggle because they don't feel safe inside their own mind. And when you don't feel safe, you soothe, you numb, you escape, you binge, you restrict, you obsess, you restart, you quit, you start again, and you live in that loop for years. This book breaks the loop. It speaks directly to the part of you that is tired of being at war with your body, tired of hating photos, tired of the guilt, tired of the "I'll start Monday," tired of trying to be perfect and then collapsing. If you've been there, you know what it feels like. You wake up with hope. You tell yourself today will be different. You make a plan, and then life happens. Stress hits, a hard day, an emotional trigger, a moment of loneliness, a moment of exhaustion, and suddenly you're eating not because you're hungry, but because you need relief. And afterward, you feel heavy, not just physically, emotionally. That shame, that self-disgust, that voice in your head saying you're weak, that you'll never change. And the saddest part is, you start believing it. You start thinking you're broken. But this book teaches you something life-changing. You're not broken. You're just stuck in survival mode. And once you understand that, everything begins to soften. Enough is for the person who is tired of trying to fix themselves. It's for the person who is tired of punishment disguised as discipline. It's for the person who wants results, yes, but more than that, they want peace. This book doesn't just talk about health. It talks about what health actually is. Not skinny, not perfect. Healthy is free. Free from obsession, free from shame, free from food being the emotional manager of your life. The transformation in this book is powerful because it's not just physical, it's psychological, it's emotional. It helps you see that your weight journey is not only about calories, it's about identity, it's about coping, it's about self-worth, it's about what you believe you deserve. And that's why so many people keep failing, because they keep attacking the symptom, not the root. They try to control food, but the real problem is pain. They try to control eating, but the real problem is emotional hunger. Enough teaches you how to stop using food as comfort and instead build comfort inside yourself. And when you have that, the cravings change, the sabotage changes, the whole relationship with your body changes. One of the most powerful things this book does is remove the shame, because shame is not a motivator. Shame is a prison. Shame is what makes you hide. Shame is what makes you binge in secret. Shame is what makes you quit because you missed one day. And shame keeps you small. This book gives you a different lens, a lens of compassion and clarity. Because the truth is, you don't need more punishment. You need understanding. You don't need to hate your body into change. You need to love yourself into a life you can actually sustain. And I know that sounds soft, but it's the hardest thing to do, because some of us were trained to believe that we only deserve love when we're disciplined. We only deserve confidence when we're skinny. We only deserve happiness when we're perfect. But the book challenges that belief. It teaches you that freedom doesn't start when you hit a number. Freedom starts the moment you stop treating yourself like a project you hate. Now I want to share a personal reflection, because this is where it gets real. There's a kind of pain that comes with feeling trapped in your own body. It's not just about looks. It's about feeling like you can't trust yourself, like you make promises to yourself and then break them, And every broken promise becomes proof. Proof that you can't do it. Proof that you're not strong enough. Proof that something is wrong with you. And that mindset is devastating because you start feeling like your body is the enemy, like your appetite is the enemy, like your cravings are the enemy. But enough reframes it. It makes you realize that you are not fighting food. You are fighting a life that made you need food, a life that made you numb, a life that made you seek relief, a life that made your nervous system crave comfort. And when you see it like that, you stop hating yourself and you start healing yourself. This book has the kind of message that feels like a hand on your shoulder saying, I see you, and you're not failing. You're coping, and coping kept you alive. But now you're ready for more than survival. You're ready for freedom, and freedom looks like eating without guilt. Freedom looks like moving your body because you respect it, not because you punish it. Freedom looks like choosing health without obsession. Freedom looks like being consistent because you're supported, not because you're scared. Enough makes you feel something very important, that you are allowed to be enough before you change. And that hits deeply because so many people have spent their entire lives feeling not enough, not thin enough, not disciplined enough, not pretty enough, not in control enough. And the book gently says, you've been enough. You've always been enough. And once you believe that, you stop self-sabotaging, because self-sabotage often comes from one hidden belief. If I can't be perfect, I'll quit. If I can't do it flawlessly, I'll ruin it. That's why one cookie becomes a binge. That's why one missed workout becomes a full stop. That's why one stressful day becomes a relapse. This book gives you permission to be human, to be imperfect, and still be powerful. It teaches you that progress is not punishment. Progress is alignment. Alignment with who you really want to be, with the life you actually want to live. And this book is full of moments where you catch yourself. You realize why you eat. You realize why you quit. You realize why you start over. You realize why you can't stay consistent. And you realize something else too. You are not weak. You just need a better system, a kinder system, a real system. Because discipline without compassion doesn't last. It only creates burnout. But discipline with compassion becomes a lifestyle. Now imagine the kind of life you could have if you weren't constantly thinking about food, if you weren't constantly negotiating with yourself, if you weren't constantly restarting. Imagine waking up feeling calm, feeling clear, feeling in control without being rigid. Imagine looking in the mirror and feeling peace. Not perfection, peace. Enough helps you build that. It helps you build an identity where you don't need to escape your emotions. You can feel them, hold them, move through them, without using food as medicine. And when you stop using food as medicine, you stop needing it in excess. That's freedom. This book is a reminder that your body is not your enemy. It's your home. And your weight journey is not a punishment. It's a return to self-respect, a return to health, a return to peace. Now let's end with the part that matters. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. The physical book costs money on Amazon, but you can listen to it completely free on Audible right now with the free trial. And I truly recommend that you listen, not just read. Because when you hear these words out loud, they land differently. They soften you. They strengthen you. They stay with you. So click the link in the description, listen free on Audible, and start the journey that leads to real freedom. Not just weight loss, freedom. Link in the description.